Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Boy stabbed over phone in hospital. The Westmoreland police have launched a manhunt for a man who reportedly stabbed a minor outside the Westmoreland Parish Court in Savannah Lamar on Tuesday morning. Investigators say they have not yet ascertained the suspect's identity. Reports are that the 14-year-old boy traveled with his dad in a motor truck to the court where the father had a pending case. The boy was left inside the truck, which was parked behind the courthouse. Shortly after 10:30 a.m., he answered a call on his cell phone. A man armed with a knife crept up beside the truck and attempted to snatch the cell phone from his hand, but the boy resisted the robber, who stabbed him repeatedly. Several eyewitnesses ran to his rescue, and the attacker dropped the knife on the roadway and fled from the scene on foot. The police and the boy's father were called to the scene, and the wounded child was taken to the Savannah Lamar Hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. Head of the Westmoreland Police, Superintendent Robb3rs, said that the child could have lost his life over a cell phone. This is another instance where persons need to be very vigilant and observe their surroundings, Gardner said. Luckily, the child in question is sturdily built and he managed to fight off the robber, although he was seriously stabbed. The police intend to scour surveillance footages in the area to track the robber. Robbers hit White House Credit Union. For the second time in less than 7 months, armed robbers posing as customers carried out a daring daylight multi-million-dollar robbery at a financial institute in the community of White House in Westmoreland. The latest incident took place approximately 12:30 Tuesday afternoon at the Community and Workers of Jamaica Cooperative Credit Union located along Main Street in the fishing community. Reports by the police are that 6 men entered the credit union, held up the security guard at gunpoint, and stole an estimated $5 million Jamaican dollars in cash. They escaped in 2 motor cars. Superintendent Robb3rs, commanding officer for Westmoreland, said on Tuesday the police are on the trail of the gunmen and are hoping to make an early arrest. No one was hurt, but the robbers made off with the guard's firearm and the complete surveillance apparatus, in that they would have taken the VCR set up from the institution, which makes it harder to identify and track them, Gardner reported. The Westmoreland police commander said that robbers were venturing into small communities and targeting financial institutions and other businesses that have a high cash turnover. While urging the credit union to beef up security operations, Gardner cautioned other financial entities to be on the lookout for thieves posing as customers. He also advised business owners to position their security cameras and servers in hard-to-reach areas. In late July 2020, gunmen pulled off a daylight robbery at the JN Bank in White House and made off with several $1 million. Earlier this year, armed men posing as customers also went to the Courts Ready Cash Finance outlet in Negril, Westmoreland, and robbed tellers of an undetermined sum. Tighter curfew hours could see reversal of economic gains, PSOG. The Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, says tightening curfew to stem the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 could result in some reversal of recent economic gains and the recovery of jobs. PSOJ's pronouncement follows Tuesday's announcement by Prime Minister Andrew Holness that Jamaicans will be subjected to a much tighter curfew of 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. until February 24. In a just-released statement, the PSOJ said it understands the tightening measures are necessary in the wake of the spike in positive COVID-19 cases and the current strain and potentially overwhelming of the public health system. The organization is, however, of the view that there should be a greater emphasis on compliance and enforcement, which is a more sustainable approach to controlling the spread of the virus without further curtailing business activity. It further noted that proposals have been made for the development of a ticketing system to increase compliance, as this is where the country's greatest challenge resides. We implore the government to fast-track this effort of enforcement and compliance through the issuing of tickets and prohibiting fines for non-compliance, the PSOJ said. The PSOJ noted that it is also painfully aware that the Jamaica Constabulary Force have real capacity constraints. As such, it is recommending that the enforcement measures could be supplemented by the Transport Authority, the Municipal Police, and Special District Constables. We recognize that even with the addition of these resources, there may still be human resource constraints to effectively managing this ticketing system. The private sector is therefore willing to complement these efforts through partnership with security firms, it said. In the meantime, the PSOJ is urging all Jamaicans to comply with the COVID-19 protocols. Failure to comply will only result in even thicker measures and a prolonged negative impact on the livelihood of every Jamaican due to the slowdown of the nation's economic recovery, the organization said. 207 new COVID cases, 3 deaths. An additional 3 COVID-19 related deaths and 207 new cases were recorded across Jamaica on Tuesday, according to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The deceased are 76-year-old male from St. James, an 87-year-old male from St. Elizabeth, and a 70-year-old male also from St. Elizabeth. The latest fatalities bring the death toll for the coronavirus in Jamaica to 362. The 207 newly confirmed COVID-19 cases bring the total number of cases on record for the island to 17,908. Recoveries increased by 44, bringing total recoveries to 12,406. Of the newly confirmed cases, 122 are females and 85 are males, with ages ranging from 2 days to 92 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrews 72, St. Catherine 38, Manchester 33, Clarendon 21, St. Elizabeth 11, St. Thomas 7, Portland 7, Westmoreland 4, Hanover 4, Trelawney 4, St. Mary 4, St. Anne 1, and St. James 1. There are 34 moderately ill patients and 13 critically ill patients among the 4,953 active cases now under observation in Jamaica. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.